Welcome to the physics class, children. Hope you all are fine. Good morning, children.
Yes, ma'am. Good
Hope you all
morning,
are
ma'am.
fine. Any easy questions? Yes or no? Okay. So, children, in today's class, we'll be talking about the defects of vision. Yes, in the last class also I told you about like what does it mean. So today we'll be talking. Please put your speakers off. As soon as you join, please put your speakers off. So in today's class we are going to talk about the defects of the vision. Okay. Now, as discussed previously, children, there are some of the problems sometimes. Due to some problem, it happens that a person is not able to see properly. Fine, and it may be the first and the most like common thing, and that is the age factor. Because of the age, because of the growing age, when people grow older, and the time there is like it automatically occurs that there is weakness in the eyes. Yes, the eye lens become problematic. It creates some problem because of which the image formation is improper. By improper I mean that the vision is not clear. They are not able to see the objects around them. There can be different reasons for it. Secondly, as we have talked about, then because of the improper diet or the imbalanced diet, yes, or because of the deficiency of some important vitamins in the diet, it happens that we are not able to see properly. But here basically we'll be talking about the defects that occur because of improper functioning of the retina, improper functioning of the lens, eye lens. Sometimes the light is unable to enter the eye properly, because of which the image formation is not proper or it is blurred, and because of that the people are not able to see properly. So we'll be talking about these defects one by one. Fine. So let's start with the first one. Please move on to page number 198. We were on page number 198 when I gave you the introduction about this in the last class. So we'll be talking about it in detail today. 198. Defects of vision. Ready, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yes. So first one is short-sightedness or myopia. There are two names of it. It is short-sightedness or myopia. Now children, before you come to any confusion, I would like to clear something, and that is there are two names there, and because many of the times it happens that the children get confused. So short-sightedness, and the second one says long-sightedness. So sight, what does the word sight means? S-I-G-H-T. It is an English word. Anyone?
The ability
Sight.
to see. Uh,
Yes, very good.
Ma'am,
Yes. Come on, speak. I'm waiting. Yes. I
the
think this is.
ability to speak same.
Yes, yes, correct. You all are correct. The ability to see. Now see, just take it very, just think about it very seriously, carefully. When you are saying ability to see, and if I say short-sightedness, that means the ability to see, as you yourself have given the answer, the ability to see for shorter distance is okay, isn't it? Yes. You yourself have said that ma'am, ability to see. So when I say short-sightedness word is there, which you yourself have given the meaning of. And when I say short-sightedness, that means the ability to see the nearby objects, or you can say the objects which are kept at shorter distance from your eyes. Fine, that you can see. But the problem is in seeing the
Far off objects.
yes, the objects which are kept far off or which are at a greater distance from you. Fine. And that is why many of the times, like you don't find any problem, you have the book, you can read in front of you, yes, or any copy is there, you can write easily. But if it comes to read the board, what is written on the board, many of the children, they find problem. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now there is no need to get confused that what is ma'am asking. If it is short-sightedness, that means we are talking about the problem is in seeing the far off object. but we can easily see the nearby object or the shorter distance object which is kept, that can be easily seen. But the problem arises when we come to talk about the objects which are at a longer distance or seeing the far off object. I think this much is clear to you. So the problem arises in seeing the far off objects, that we are not able to see the far off object. And children, in the same way, if I talk in Hindi about the same thing, people generally say दूर की नजर कमजोर है, पास की नजर कमजोर है. दूर की पास की नजर कमजोर का मतलब लाइक पास की नजर कमजोर है मतलब पास की चीज नहीं दिख रही है, दूर की नजर कमजोर है दूर की चीज नहीं दिख रही है. So just tell me, this short sightedness means what in Hindi?
मैम दूर की नजर कमजोर है.
दूर की नजर.
Okay. So I'm very happy that yes, I was successful in explaining what I wanted to. Fine. So this much is clear. Now children, next we talk about that why this is happening. क्यों हो रहा है? क्यों दूर की नजर कमजोर है? Why we are not able? When we are able to see the objects which are closer to us, then why not the objects which are far off? Fine. So let's find out. Now before that, just take a pencil in your hand quickly. And in the same topic, just underline. A person can see nearby objects clearly but cannot see far off objects. Just underline this line, because when you study you are very happy, yes ma'am sab aa gaya, and later you forget. So just underline this is important. A person can see nearby objects clearly but cannot see far off object. Now coming to the reason that why this is happening. Now if you remember, just turn the page, children, turn back on page number 197. Here we talk, in the last class when we talked about the ciliary muscles, and we talked about the lens. Yes, I told you that ciliary muscles are the muscles that hold the lens in the proper place, and because of that we are able to see, or our lens is at proper place. Yes, so these ciliary muscles, when I told you that when they stretch, yes, or when they, you can say when they contract and when they relax, they change the position of the lens. The lens position changes, and the same thing happens here, which is responsible for this problem. It occurs because of the thickening of the lens. Thickening of the lens. The lens is not like here. If you just observe the three conditions, just see all of you. In the first condition, the ciliary muscles relax, and when they relax, what happens? It becomes thin. The lens become thin. Then in the second case, again, then observe please. In the second case, you can see that the lens is in normal position. And again in the third one, you see that when it contracts, what contracts? What contracts?
Ciliary muscles.
Yes, when the ciliary muscles, they contract, what they do, that they make it thick. The lens becomes thick. So there can be two conditions. One is of course the normal one. If it is contracting, by it I mean I'm talking about the ciliary muscles. If ciliary muscles are contracting, then they are going to make the lens thicker. And if they relax, in that case it becomes thinner. So in both the cases there is a problem. The lens needs to be in normal position. Fine. So let's talk about it. So due to this, the image of the far or the distant object is formed before retina instead of on the retina. So just have a look here, children. Just compare it with what we are saying. That because here, yes, I'll just read it out for you again. That due to this, the image of the far or the distant object is formed before retina. Now, in the last classes, if you remember, I told you that retina is you can say a screen where the image formation has to take place. Later it goes to the brain, and then the inversion takes place and you are able to see the object. So if it is not forming on retina, if the image formation is not taking place on retina, then of course the brain cannot, of course there'll be no proper vision. So because of this, because of the contraction of the ciliary muscle and because of the thickening of the lens, the image formation does not take place on retina, but it takes place, please underline before, just underline before retina. It takes place before retina. So our problem is that it is not taking place at retina, but it is taking place, the image formation is taking place much before retina. So how can we correct it? What is our objective? The image formation should be where?
On retina.
It should be on retina. So what can we do for this? Like what can we do for the image to be formed on retina? We can, please underline, by using spectacles containing concave lens. Concave lens. By using the spectacles containing concave lens. So we have talked about, I'll just proceed further, I'll just revise with you what we have done. That it is the first defect in which the person is able to see the nearby object. The short-sightedness is okay. This means shorter distance you can observe well, but the things kept or the objects kept at a far off distance you are not able to observe. It occurs because of the thickening of the lens. The lens you already know, we have talked about the structure of eye in the previous class. Now this thickening is taking place because of the contraction of the ciliary muscles. Now because of this thickening, the image formation is taking place where? Where? Because of the thickening of the lens, the image formation is taking place where, children?
Before retina.
Before the retina.
Before retina. Before objective is to form on where? On the retina. Yes, and for that, for this correction, we have to use which type of lens? We have to use concave lens. What type of lens do we need to use?
Concave lens.
Yes, we need to use concave lens. Is this much clear to you? Now, why we are using concave lens? Because it is a diverging lens. It is going to diverge the rays, and when the rays are going to diverge, the parallel rays which are going to diverge such that the image is formed on the retina. So this is how this type of defect can be corrected. Now just have a look, whatever I've said, whatever I've talked about, the same we'll be observing in the diagram. Please observe the first diagram on the same page 198. Have a look at it. Now see, there are two images. Try to understand what you have to observe because that is very important. Wrong observation is not going to work. See, you have three diagrams, first, second and third. For each you have two diagrams. In the first one, it is the wrong one in which the image formation is not taking place on retina. And just below that you have the corrected one where the image formation is taking place on retina. So let's talk about it. First one, you can see in the first case that image formation is not taking place. That red colored line which you can see, the structure of the eye is there, then you can say the image, the object is there and the image is there. In between you have blue colored lens. Let me explain you everything. Again you can see the eye, the structure of the eye, then that man, the black colored picture which is there, that is the object which has to be observed, which has to be seen. If you can clearly see in the first case, children, that the image of that object, image of that person is formed where? If the red colored line is the retina, where it is taking place, if you can actually see the figure.
Before the retina.
Before the retina. And in the second case, we have taken, what have we used? Now, why have we used it in front of the eyes? Because where do you put your spectacles? Do you put it inside your eyes? Do you go to the optician to tell that fit some spectacles inside my eye? Is it that?
No, ma'am.
You wear it here, isn't it? You wear it here. So whatever we are learning, just understand it practically. You wear the spectacles here. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So here you
Yes,
have,
ma'am.
yes, okay. So here you have concave lens, yes. And in the diagram also, before the diagram of the eye, you can see concave lens. And because of the use of this concave lens, what is happening? The parallel rays, they are getting converged, they are getting, and they are here, you can see that the image formation is taking place on the retina. Can you see that, children? Just observe it. That is very important. Can you see? It diverges and here you see the image on the retina. Yes or no, please say that, then only I'll proceed further.
Yes, ma'am.
Any
Yes,
confusion?
ma'am.
Anyone?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Shall I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's revise it in the form of a story, children. Let's talk about it in the form of story. The first thing is we've talked about first defect. That is quickly answer. Come on, keep answering. The first defect is dash. Come on, fill all the dashes.
Short-sightedness.
Good. We can see the dash objects.
Nearby.
Very good. I want all of you to speak. You put your mics on when it is not required. And when I ask questions, it is totally off. Come on, 8B has been a very nice class. Enthusiastic. I want the answers from all. Okay? Yes. You cannot see the dash objects.
Far off objects.
Far off objects. Very good. Okay. This is caused due to the dash of the lens.
Thickness.
Thickening of the lens. Okay. Yes. Thickening of the lens takes place due to the dash of the ciliary muscles.
Contraction.
Contraction. Fine. Yes. It can be corrected by using dash lens.
Concave.
Concave lens. Concave lens is which type of lens? Dash type of lens?
Diverging.
Okay. The image formation because of this problem does not take place on where? On the, just a minute. So the image formation does not take place on the retina. Fine. And what do we want? We want the image formation to take place on the retina. So that is why we have taken this type of lens to correct the defect. Any problem till here, children? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
Fine. So you are going to revise this. Okay. This is how we have come to the end of today's class. Your homework is you are going to revise the topics that have been covered today. Fine, children. In case you find any problem, you're going to report the same through WhatsApp group. So till we meet again, children, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.